Today we are going to talk about negative thoughts and anxiety. Learning how to deal with negative thoughts that cause anxiety is such a valuable skill, and in order to make it easy and interesting, I'm going to give you 3 steps on how to do this, and the steps get more important for each step. So make sure to stay with me to the very end of this video. Scandinavian Bob here, hi. As a former anxiety sufferer myself, my goal with this channel is to make hundreds of videos with all kinds of tools and tricks on how to cope with anxiety. So if anxiety is something that you struggle with, consider subscribing. Click on the little bell icon and let's get going. How to deal with negative thoughts and anxiety. Step 1. Awareness. For the next 2 days, start becoming aware of what negative things you are saying to yourself when you are thinking. Yes, that's the only thing you need to do as your first step here. Start as soon as this video is over and then continue paying attention to what you are saying to yourself tomorrow and the day after that. Every time you catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself, you go, aha, there is one of those destructive thoughts again. Now before you go, yeah, I know that already, let me point out that nope. Unless you are a Tibetan monk who has spent most of his life meditating, this is something that you still need to practice. We all do. Did you know that we are thinking about 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day? And did you know that over 95% of those happen automatically and that we are not even aware of them? Yes, this is absolutely true. So again, we need to practice becoming more aware. How to deal with negative thoughts and anxiety. Step 2. The traffic light. After you spent a couple of days becoming aware of your automatic negative thoughts, let's call them ants from now on as a short, we move on to the good stuff. Now for the next 2 days you keep being aware of your ants, but now we're going to add the traffic light. Stay with me here. In step 1 you trained yourself to notice your ants, and now in this step, every time you catch yourself having one of those, you immediately visualize a big traffic light turning red. The traffic light going red is a signal to your ants to stop. Now it's much more effective if we create a visual association here, so do not underestimate the traffic light. Vividly imagine the traffic light in your mind's eye. Make it big and clearly see how it lights a big red light every time you catch yourself having a negative thought. How to deal with negative thoughts and anxiety. Step 3. The field. Okay, so now you have already become aware of your ants and you are using the traffic light to clearly give your ants the stop signal. And here in step 3 is where the magic really starts to happen. You see, your mind is like a computer with the subconscious mind running all the advanced programs automatically in the background without you having to do anything. Think of your subconscious mind like the CPU or the processor of your computer, while the thinking part that you are doing is like the working memory of the computer. Now, did you know that the real conscious thinking that we are doing is just a tiny part of our mind? Yep, it's just like 3 or 4% or something like that. So this means that the subconscious mind is very powerful and we must respect it. I have to tell you, it took me many years to finally start accepting this, as I thought that yeah, this is just some woo-woo stuff that people are throwing around. But no, it is not. It is actual brain science, and once we understand how powerful the subconscious mind is, we can start doing amazing things. We can make it work for us instead of against us. And this is what I call the field. Imagine your subconscious mind like a big farmer's field. There is a road in the middle of the field and you are walking on that road. Now here is where the magic happens, so listen very carefully. For every single action you take and for every single thought you are consciously thinking, you are planting a seed in that field. If you plant a seed of a negative thought about yourself, it will slowly start growing in that field, and after a few weeks to months, it has grown to a big nasty plant of low self-esteem, or a plant that gives you a negative emotion of some sort. However, the opposite is also true. If you plant a positive thought about yourself in the field, it too will grow and become bigger. This is a wonderful analogy because just like a seed won't grow into a big plant in one single day, well, it's the same way with positive or negative thinking because they won't make any big difference in just one day either. But trust me, the seed is planted and it will start growing. So you better make sure to plant positive seeds. And it does not end here, because for every plant that grows in that field, well, those plants will also have seeds on them. And those seeds will fall to the ground and more plants will grow, and so the plants will spread. Now, what kind of field do you want? One that is full of nasty weeds, or a field that is full of beautiful plants and flowers? So every time the traffic light turns red and you stop one of your ants, you should instead make an effort to put a positive seed into that field. Now remember that I said that you are planting seeds with thoughts as well as actions. Well, let's take a few short examples here. When you are around people, you keep walking with a poor posture, taking up as little space as you can with your body. Now what kind of seed are you planting into that field if you do this? Well, you plant the seed of, I'm not worthy of being shown to the world. That seed will grow to some form of feeling of you being ashamed of yourself. And perhaps you start blushing, shaking, and having anxiety around people. Stop planting that seed. Start having a good posture and take up space instead. Plant the seed of you being proud instead. The same thing happens if you always keep your opinions to yourself on the coffee breaks at your job, for example. You are planting a seed of, my values and opinions are not worthy of being heard. And believe me, that seed will grow. Say you went for a nice 5-mile run last night. So what if you exaggerate a bit and tell your friend that you went on a 6-mile run? Well, you are planting a seed of, I believe people won't think I'm good enough if I'm being myself. This one is huge and will grow into such a nasty and big negative low self-esteem bush that you wouldn't believe it. Okay, but I think you get the picture by now. Every time that traffic light turns red, you swap that negative thought with a more realistic, positive thought, and then you plant that thought into the field. And remember, just like seeds won't fully grow in one day, this too will take some time. It will fix your emotional problems from the very foundation. So of course it will take a lot of time and you will have to do a lot of work, but it is so worth it. Just trust me on this and start practicing it right away. Okay, I hope you found this video informative, and hey guys, check this out. I have written a book called Discover Anxiety Solutions, and it's a book with 80 pages full of unusual and interesting tools, tips and amazing anxiety resources. And right now I want to give away that book for free. Just click the link under this video where it says ebook and you can download it 100% free. Alright, this is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Consider subscribing for more tools and tricks, and I will be back with a lot more. And remember, as Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep going.